Hello, everyone, and welcome back to EGF Season 1, Week 4 in Overwatch. If you missed it, Wolfpack took the victory against the Birds of Prey earlier, and now we are going into the match between the NHS Bears against the Cyber Colonel. My name is Dell, and today I'm joined by the one, the only, the great Sandman. How are you doing, Sandman?
I'm doing great, and I'm really excited for some great Overwatch today. I'm just interested to see what happens this week, because I remember watching the Cyber Colonels and casting them last week, but I do not have any experience with the Bears. I'm interested to see what they do.
Yeah, this is the first match I've seen the Bears as well, and I think this might be their debut performance on stream, and that's really exciting stuff.
Yeah,
It's always good to see a new team.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting stuff. So it is going to be, I believe, the Cyber Colonels are going to be on the right side in the red, and the NHS Bears are going to be on defense first in the blue. And it looks like, okay, I was wondering if they were going to go, but Sharp Pixels did switch to the Mercy because at first they only had the Ana. So it looks like they're going a very interesting comp. They're kind of going a spam/pick heavy comp here with the Widow Junkrat as their DPS slots, which is very interesting. And unlike last week, it looks like the Cyber Colonels are going to go with a double healer this week. Because last week, they had an issue. They would only usually have a single healer in the Mercy, which I think cost them quite a bit. So they are going to go 2 healers this time in the Zen Mercy, which is very common and a very good strat. But other than that, it's fairly common except the Junkrat. So let's see if they can make that work for them. And they're just going to have to watch out for that Zarya with that Junkrat spam.
Leading this first attack push, we have Shadow Dragon leading the charge on Reinhardt. Gonna see a little bit of fight going on at this show. What a huge pin coming out from Cool Kid, going absolutely aggressive. Holy cow, trade's coming out. Shadow Dragon gonna take out the Cool Kid, and then the red's gonna come up for Obi Guy. So the offense here with the advantage as they plow through and get another pick. O'Brien taking out Blue Falcon with the Resurrect coming out to bring him right back into the fight. We're seeing the offense take this choke point and just get pick after pick as someone you know drops as well. And Raptor, man, this is what a clean take here from the offense.
Yeah, they're definitely going to take this. There's very little that the Bears can do here. They lost the Reinhardt pretty early in the fight. There was very little that Sharp Pixels could do. Oh, D-Roy is going in, just giving some friendly team bagging over there on Obi Guy. So just showing him who's boss there. But if they're able to get there fast enough, that's a very good stagger there with the Reinhardt and the Widow. So if they're able to just rush into the point, they could potentially get a lot of percentage here and prevent them from setting a good defense.
And as we see the offense start to take the offense push on point B here, we see Shadow Dragon definitely pushing forward, making a lot of space for his team here. As we see Riptor going for the flank with the Junkrat. Captain Jones, however, going to get that first kill on Blue Falcon with the Ana. Shadow Dragon going for the huge pin, gets Cool Kid. We got a 2-man advantage on the point. Reptar comes out, doesn't find anybody. Sackaluigi going to drop Reptar too. And a really convincing take here for the offense again. Really strong stuff there, as they're just eliminating even more with someone you know and Super Bebe dropping to Sackaluigi. What a sick take there.
Yeah, there was just very little that they could do, and it was Cyber Colonels every which way in that point. The defense just really wasn't able to stop pretty much anything there. So Cyber Colonels deserve that one there. So let's see if the Bears are able to stage a better attack than their defense looked. So I'm very interested to see what they do with that. I did see Sharp Pixels. I think I was saying Sharp Pixels before, but Sharp Pixels was sitting in spawn for one reason or another. I'm not sure if it's a connection thing or what's going on, but there was just a lot of standing around there at the end. So they did lack of mercy on much of that defense there, but I'm not completely certain that a mercy without Valkyrie would have been a whole lot of use with how well that attack went for the Cyber Colonels.
No, the attacking on this point, on this map, is definitely like a rolling stone. And man, it really just seemed there that the Colonels could not be stopped. They were just taking down people left and right. You know, I really applaud their control and their use of the high ground there. You know, they always seem to be working those different angles in addition to having a really clean attacking front there with the Reinhardt.
Yeah, it was just a very good attack, and as you said, there was just very little with those staggers on the Reinhardt and the Widow right there at the end on point A. It's just so hard to stage a defense when your main tank is down, and yes, you're down the Widow, which is kind of a mixed bag pretty much from the get, but you're down 2 players, 4v6 is never a situation you want to be in, so there was so little that the Bears could do there. They were caught in their back foot on point B. That it was almost a foregone conclusion that the Colonels were going to take that pretty quickly.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, you know, as we lead into the second attack here, you know, what I really want to see is I want to see them to just really erase that from their memory, and I just want to see a really aggressive, awesome take here as we see the second offense start here with the NHS Bears going on for this attack phase on Hanamura Point A.
And it looks like they're going almost a textbook comp here. They're going with the 2 dive tanks, a Genji Soldier, and the Lucio Mercy, and then going a bit odd on the side of the Cyber Colonels with the Orisa Roadhog. But then again, during the World Cup, I saw some very good Orisa Roadhog combo, so that could work out for them.
This push, however, is going to be taking a little bit of delay as Sharp Pixels was dropped there due to some spam damage. However, we did see a really nice flank there come out from Blue Falcon 55 as he controls that left side, now joined by Cool Sid as they look for this dive. Super Bebe, however, going to drop to Obi Guy with a little bit of help from his friend Shadow Dragon as we see this offense work this flank and try to get around this point here. We're going to see a very split fight on both sides. Cool Sid trying to control point with Raptor and Obi Guy dueling off on the side. And someone you know not going to get dropped in the choke there.
Yeah, there's for so little he can do. He had a Junkrat in his face, and yes, he had a Mercy pocketing him, but the attack, they're not going to be able to stage a very good attack here because they're complete without their healers. Sharp Pixels and someone you know are stuck in the gate. They're stopped with the Junkrat Orisa just holding them off with their shields, and there's just so little you can do when you have no healing and no hope of actually, you know, making up that health that you lose from even just the tiniest bit of spam.
Someone you know gonna just Lucio wall ride right through that choke point there, and it actually does get through. So now we have 2 people getting contested by O'Brien on the Junkrat in the choke, but we have a 4-man attack squad positioning for this dive. Let's see how they execute this on point A as we look for this exciting ultimate coming in with the Riptire available. But Captain Jones gonna drop Richter there out of mech and out of life as he drops to that Pharah pick, and we're gonna see a little bit of skirmishing going on here on this backside with a huge barrage coming up from Captain Jones. He's not going to find all that he wanted to, dropping Cool Sid and Super Bebe to O'Brien in the process. You know, this offense just looks utterly scattered and demoralized, so what they really need to do is hit this regroup really quick as we see Blue Falcon drop to Sakaluigi, the monster fragger himself.
Yeah, they definitely need to hit the reset button here. Sharp Pixels need to try not to get picked off with the Junkrat spam coming in, trying to be an aggressive battle Mercy, which I commend but it's just it's not going to really work without your DPS and tanks with you.
No, it looks like the offense here, we've seen the Bears with a really innovative plan. They're just not really executing now, but as they're going to use that D.Va bomb to try to get in the choke and contest this Junkrat from O'Brien. They're going to find someone you know, however, but the Dragon Blade going to come out from Blue Falcon. So far unsuccessful, does going to pick you away. O'Brien get another frag in the process, but Blue Falcon with a double blade kill on the supports for the defense. Looks like we're going to see a couple more people drop with Sharp Pixels on the res and Super Bebe, and this offense is looking really good right about now. But O'Brien, man, this guy's just absolutely insane, getting another frag, followed by Shadow Dragon and Captain Jones. But O'Brien, man, just holding this down with a huge tire and the Orisa ultimate, dropping the bongos and just fighting this to hold this last point here. As we are going to see the defense really hold this point, even after all those ultimates. And, you know, O'Brien there, man, she's just clutching it out as they look for this final kill on someone you know.
He was trying to get him, and he just had to jump off the edge. I think he was trying to go for a raw run, but there was so little he can do. Super Bebe looks he's going to try to come stealth his way in, but he's going to be always going to be hooked in. But he can't quite able to finish off. Poor Obi guy.
Yeah, unlucky. That looked really, really good for the offense there, but man, they really got to put some energy into O'Brien as they lead into this final attack with 20 seconds left on the clock. Gonna see Sid going in, the cool Sid going in hard, but dropping to Captain Jones. Obi guy also getting in some kills. More kills to fly on both sides, but we are going to see that the defense have a man advantage as they clean up this final fight. And it looks like we'll have a first point hold from the Cyber Colonels here on Point A Hanamura.
Go on, Falcon, be the hero. As I say that, he falls to the Riptire, which is unfortunate. And then the ending battle, you know, the Super Mercy.
Watch out for DeRoy, man. I heard this kid's on fire.
It was. I think at the end there, like he's the only one not on fire right now. So that was kind of interesting. But he's definitely did a good job. But I think he was one of the few to actually get picked off, where it actually could have made something work for the Bears there. But the Bears were just so disjointed. They didn't seem to have the target priority that they needed or the communication that they needed in order to get the picks that really would have helped them get it. Because even after they got, I'm sorry, what's his name? Falcon was able to get the 2 picks that he needed against the supports. He didn't have anyone else there with him to help finish off the rest of them, even though the Cyber Colonels didn't have the healing behind them to keep them going. And so, yeah, just their target priority and their teamwork, I think, was the main issue there from what I saw.
You know, Obi God, you're going to drop some wisdom in chat there, but maybe what we're seeing here is a little bit of the planning just not being executed just as well as they did in practice. You know, it's one thing to go on a custom game and really explore how you want to take a point or two, but it's another one to pull it off entirely. And it seemed like they had a really cool plan with a little bit of struggle in execution there, getting those supports around those chokes. You know, and ultimately, I think what we have to see from the Bears to be a little bit more successful next time they're on point A Hanamura is definitely some little bit more cohesion on the dive. You know, what we saw really good stuff from them was taking that left side with control with tanks and DPS. And honestly, in my opinion, if you take that dive, that control of the left side of that hut and that mega, and you pivot and you go for the dive and the choke, not only are you creating that space for your supports to get through and also assist you, you're also executing a really great dive. And, you know, that might allow you to pick off the defensive mercy there, and that might allow you just to snowball the fight while not even taking the fight on the point, but instead taking the fight on choke, which is, in my opinion, on these 2 CP maps where the respawn times are just so brutal, they can be very effective. You know, it doesn't matter what kills you get, you just need to get kills.
Yeah, it's just they didn't quite. They, as you said, they had to try to be a bit more cohesive in terms of where they want to go, but it was just they tried to do it. You could tell they tried to go the top left, but the healers weren't with them, and then they lacked the DPS and the soldier, and it was just one of those things where it could have worked. It could have gone well for them if they were just a bit more together rather than trying to. It looked like they were more so doing their own thing than trying to work as a team towards the goal of getting the point. Is from what I was seeing. But we are now going to move on to Ilios, which is really going to test the mettle of both teams. We're waiting for players. Who are we waiting for? I don't know if I've ever seen this in
We're just waiting on
a custom match, but
Hello. Hi.
oh, poor soccer. There we go. Okay, so this is really going to test the mettle. This is where you really test the mechanics and positioning and teamwork for a team, because this is because you're all so together and you're trying to get on this one single point right from the beginning. That I'm interested to see what the Bears are able to do and what the Cyber Colonels are able to do, because we didn't get a chance to see the Cyber Colonels last week on a King of the Hill map. So I'm interested to see what they do here with this. And it looks like, sorry, continue.
This is one of my favorite maps, and not just because I play a lot of Lucio for my team, but also because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. You know, it's the map that makes your crosshair disappear as we lead into this first round on Ilios well here.
Yes, I agree. It is a very good looking map. Ilios has some very good looking stuff. They're very bright, very sunny and colorful. And I'm a bit more. I prefer Oasis generally as a look, because I just like that futuristic kind of look. But we're going to go with an Orisa, potentially, from the Cyber Colonels here. Shadow Dragon looks like he's going to go with the Orisa, potentially. Otherwise, you're going to be with the Pharah on both sides, which is incredibly common on the well stage for Ilios. And the Mei on Reaper. Interesting choice there. I'm interested to see what they're able to do with that. But against the Reaper, I think the Mei could be a good choice as long as he's able to work with his team.
We're going to see the Cyber Colonels pull out that.
Oh, no!
As Shadow Dragon gets dropped immediately by Sharp Pickles with that boop rocket. As 2 from Captain Jones getting Battle of the Boops. Captain Jones getting Coolested and Boop Falcon 55. And we're going to see Cyber Criminals show up to show out as they take this first point. What a huge monster play there. You know, we saw Resin and stuff mitigate that a little bit, but we are going to see this final fight clean up to the Cyber Colonels as they take control of that first fight. What a sick play from Captain Jones there. Double boop. And looking for more, but O'Brien is going to pick up Super Bebe there as we see more drop. Cool Kid, Raptor, Sharp Pistols all down to the work of the Cyber Colonels. And the barrage is going to come out to Jones without much success, but hey, they got that first point there. And you know, Saka Luigi is just really on point today. He's been fragging out, he's been getting the discords, but we're going to lead into this next fight here.
Uh-oh. Super Baby, what are you doing? You're alone? What do you think you're doing?
Super Baby got deleted, as one might say, as Obi Guy gets the kill. And coolest, man, Captain Jones going for these boops, but is gonna fall to Reaper. Coolest going for the pin. Captain Jones gonna get picked up by D-Roy, but D-Roy's gonna fall to Sharp Pixels as the Fair Mercy combos proves to be just a little bit stronger. Reaper gonna get a kill on Shadow Dragon, and then Sakaluigi fighting back into this fight. But we see O'Brien on the flank, trying to get the supports, trying to get Blue Falcon. Not gonna find much, but we are gonna see the res from someone you know. But Sakaluigi, man, holding this point down, double kill, and pops the Transcendence, trying to hold on to this last fight for his team. O'Brien gonna drop though 2 Blue Falcon, with Obi Guy getting another kill in that pit, as Obi Guy and Captain Jones fight back with the aid of their supports, and now Shadow Dragon coming back on the Orisa. What a strong hold there. That's crazy. Good stuff.
Yeah, that was very good. That was incredibly good clutch play, especially from Sakaluigi on the Zenyatta. People kind of disregard Zenyatta sometimes because he is a bit squishy, but he can turn the tide of battle as long as he's able to get those discords properly and able to, you know, throw out them orbs.
We are going to see Coolsid go for the huge pin, butt drop, and be countered by the res and kill from Sakaluigi. The support's really holding it down here, as the Colonels are going to clinch this last fight with only 7% left, as Sharp Pixel is the final man to fall. And unlucky, that's all I have to say there. You know, it looks like the Cardinals, man, they just have that well mastered. You know, they went for the Rissa, the Roadhog, and the Pharah, the triple threat boot comp, and that's just absolutely lethal.
Yeah, there's it just seemed to be there was so little that the Bears could do there. And the start of that battle, which was one of the best starts I've ever seen on Well, that I wasn't a part of because I would not want to be a part of that stuff. Watching it was fine with me, but the double boop, we got one boop started off from the Colonels, not the Colonels, the Bears knocked Shadow Dragon's Orisa in, and then Captain Jones did his own to knock both tanks in for the Bears, and so that was just a very good start, and it was just fun to watch. That made me laugh.
That was a triple boop start for that triple threat comp on the Colonels, but we are going to see a little bit of comp switch up as we see Shadow Dragon on the Zarya instead of the Orisa, but an interesting combo in tanks there with Zarya and Roadhog, and we are going to see Reinhardt and a triple DPS comp with a solo support from the Bears, as Super Bebe gonna get hooked out of position once again, but Blue Falcon not gonna find the kill on O'Brien, as we see Shadow Dragon demeching Sharp Pixels. We are gonna see a little bit of control here with the Reinhardt, but it's not gonna stop Sakaluigi from absolutely fragging out to get denied by somebody, you know, Cool Kid handing another pin, but man, these res are just handling everybody, as we see the blue team have the numbers advantage. Sakaluigi on fire, 1 HP, cleaning up all of these kills with the assist from Captain Jones and O'Brien. Man, this guy is just an absolute monster on Zenyatta.
Yeah, he's just doing such a good job positioning himself well enough where because they lack a dive on the side of, well, thought they did. Anyway, they were almost going to switch over to a Winston. I don't know why I couldn't think of the name, but because they lack a dive, he can just stand in the back and throw out orbs in order to deal out damage with his Discord, and there's very little that the Bears can do about that. He can just sit back there and do pretty much whatever he wants.
You know, Super Bebe gonna get caught out of position another time by the Roadhog hook. He really just needs to step back, and we are going to see another couple kills come out as this retake is delayed. You know, they're suffering pretty hard as we see Captain Jones go for the barrage, and O'Brien coming in with the cleanup and the Transcendence to hold it down. Gonna see another sick a hold there, you know, as we get near halfway done with this control point on Ilios Ruins. Blue Falcon, though, fighting to stay alive on the Reinhardt. Swinging away, man. One unlucky swing there.
Let's see, O'Brien might be in trouble here. It looks like the soldier's after him. He should be able to take him out, but he's not. He got some support from Sakaluigi, able to stay alive and take out Super Bebe.
Sakaluigi, man, just really holding it down for his team there. Look, at almost every kill he's a part of it. I feel like his Discord has really been on point tonight. Yeah, we are, however, going to see the Graviton and the Roadhog combo coming out here from the Cyber Colonels or the blue team, as we so lovingly hold the point and get Blue Falcon there. So nothing really to stop this Graviton here from Shadow Dragon. Gonna see it come out, only get the Mercy. Feels bad, man, for someone you know, but you know, really split take here as we see this final 20 seconds tick away on this Ilios Ruins match.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those things where the Bears just seem a bit disjointed, especially the DPS, they're not staying with their tanks. This is where they need to be because they have that Reinhardt shield, or they did. They just need to try to stay back with him, and they just weren't. They were going up by alone and just paying for it.
You know, we are going to see this final fight come out with Luigi just continuing to frag out, man. You know, if I had to pick one player to just really spotlight anymore, it would have to be Luigi. He was just a dominant force. It really seemed like the Bears had just not been prepared for a force with the name of Luigi on Zenyatta. You know, just constantly laying it into the enemy team. We are going to see this play the game from Captain Jones with the double boop, man. Holy cow.
That was good.
That was a nice little play there. Nice little boop rocket.
Yeah, you got to vote up Sakaluigi. But what I did notice from the play from Sakaluigi, that showed the communication that went on, that must have been going on the side of the Cyber Colonels, because the O'Brien on his Reaper was caught out alone. He was going to 1v1 a soldier, which hardly ever works out on Reaper's favor. But Sakaluigi was able to go out and take out Super Bebe and prevent him from killing O'Brien's Reaper, which just was a very good job. Clearly, there was the communication there where it's like, hey, I'm in trouble. Could you come over, help me, please? This is not looking good. And Sakaluigi's like, don't worry, buddy. I got you covered. And go and just took care of business. And that was just a very good job.
I mean, Heroes Never Dies is the name of the game with that Zenyatta. And one of the things that I think that, you know, we didn't see a ton of, but we did see Blue Falcon there. You know, I really want to award his DPS play there. He got the double kill blade, and honestly, I think like his positioning was just really, really terrific. It just seemed like, you know, we saw a little bit more cohesion, and the cohesion in the teams is seemingly what's winning these games here. And if I'm either one of these teams, what I work on and what I take from this is I definitely try to, you know, really move together as a unit, and really just try to, once we start the plan, you just go, and you don't hold up, and that'll prevent a little bit of the splitness and this kind of separation in the fights we see. And it's, you know, honestly, it was a little bit of a quick side, but still really good stuff from both teams here today.
Yeah, that was just good stuff. And there was definitely more cohesion on the side of the Cyber Colonels today, and that's something the Bears really need to work on. And I think if they can really work on that, work on their communication, work on their shot calling, that would help them immensely. They can work on the mechanics and stuff a bit after that, because if they can't work as a team towards a singular goal, even if it's simply is taking out that healer, taking out that tank, you know, that kind of thing, that would help them immensely to, you know, give them those victories, have them win battles. And that's just, I think their number one priority should be on that teamwork.
You know, and really applaud both teams for showing up and showing out today. As we saw, you know, the tuning in and the showcase of the talent from both the Bears and the Colonels. But I want to say thank you for tuning in today for the broadcast. You just saw Cyber Colonels taking the victory over the NHS Bears. You know, make sure you come catch the action in every week. You know, we've been doing this for 4 weeks now, and we're going to do it for a couple more weeks still. And even tomorrow at 3:30, we're going to see League of Legends come out. And Overwatch next week again on Wednesday, just like this week. And it's going to be really great. You should definitely check it out. So hit that follow button, and make sure you check out official EGF here on Twitch and Twitter to stay up to date. It's been a real pleasure to cast for you today, and I hope you guys enjoyed. My name is Dell, and you can follow me on Twitter at DellOverwatch.
And I'm Sandman. You can follow me over on Twitter at Edward Harley.
And, you know, I just want to say thank you for tuning in today. This is Dell and Sandman, and we're signing off, and we'll see you next time. All right, guys?